Hi guys, welcome back. Queen Osset here. Yes, another video from me. Today I want to share a new Oracle deck that has hit the market. It was up for pre-order, but now it is available mass market on Amazon. It's really inexpensive and it's a different idea, different concept, and one that I just instantly fell in love with and adore. So we know that our Oracle decks come in, let me show you, let's see, like that, boxes. That's my extra storage. Anyway, this particular deck is innovative. It's creative, and it talks about one of my favorite topics, subjects, things, herbs. And it is called the Illustrated Herbiary by Maia, like Toll House cookies. And it's a gorgeous, gorgeous hardcover book. You see that? Hardcover. I love the foil inner flaps, inner pages. You have your intro, and you have color images for each. So, of course, glasses. So, the Illustrated Herbiary is guidance and rituals from 36 bewitching botanicals. And one of the cool things about this particular book, deck, is that the cards come in the back of the book. And the cards look like this. So they're perforated and you have to pull them apart to create your deck. So, let's see. I took them out of the pouch because, well, you know, nails. The nails are real. Makes it a little difficult to get into this pouch back here. Okay, see that? Yeah. I think even a person with short nails will have a little bit of difficulty. Reach in, get in there, pull them out, and that's what you have. You have the whole book and the cards all in one. So, this is a book that is filled with magic, myth, and tantalizing bits of wisdom. This may be just one of the most delightful and original herbals written, and that's what Rosemary Gladstar says, who tends to be an authority on herbs. Let's see. Maia told, if you purchase this book and you send a copy of your receipt, I don't know if she's still doing this now, but you get a whole lot of other free information that's not included in this book, and I think there's actually like a course or something as well. Wow. Okay. Um, it says, to the wild ones and the mythic souls who walk amongst us unseen, and to Gina McGarry for teaching me to listen to them. And so it has dandelion there. And it has, of course, the table of contents for each of the herbs. You see that? With, I guess you could say, their own keynote or key phrase, such as chickweed for start fresh, and red clover for center and ground. And then it has over here, it's about 168, 169 pages, 168 or so pages. How to work with the herbs down here. And thank you. So, you have a preface here. Wow. We have definitions of what a bestiary is and an herbiary. So she says here that a bestiary is a collection of short descriptions about all sorts of animals, real and imaginary, birds, and even rocks, accompanied by a moralizing explanation. Although it deals with the natural world, it is never meant to be a scientific text and should not be read as such. Some observations may be quite accurate, but they are given the same weight as totally fabulous accounts. A great deal of its charm comes from the humor and imagination of the illustrations, painted partly for pleasure, but justified as a didactic tool to improve the minds of ordinary people. in such a way that the soul will at least perceive physically things which it has difficulty grasping mentally. That what they have difficulty comprehending with their ears, they will perceive with their eyes. And this was written by Aberdeen Bestiary, Folio 25V, circa 2000, University of Aberdeen. And then it says here, Maia says, an herbiary is a collection of short writings about botanicals, medicinal, decorative, and whimsical. Although it alludes to the healing properties, it was never meant to be prescriptive. Many observations are quite accurate, and they should not be seen as superior to creative or fanciful descriptions and symbolic flights of fancy. A great deal of its charm comes from the depth and creativity of its illustrations, allowing us to see what otherwise would remain hidden. Maia told. And she has here a preface. In her preface, she gives us a story about discovering herbs. She was in, I had come to Ireland to study plants, apprenticing myself to a traditional healer and herbalist for a year's span. I was to live in her house, help with the gardens and medicine making, sit with her as the clients came to call, and through osmosis learn a calling that has always been as much an art as a science. Back home in the States, we focused on the science. We justified using alternative medicine by pointing to properly conducted studies with statistically significant control groups. We could make the sensuous beauty of a rose as dry and antiseptic as an aspirin tablet, and feel justified in doing so because it's gained a modicum of acceptance, albeit grudging, for this age-old healing practice. But in the emerald swath of Ireland's centre, near the hill of Usnech, and she said, it is said to be the umbilicus of the island. I want to say, I'm not sure about the pronunciation, that's Usneach, Usnech. I learned the art of botanical medicine and the magic of coming into communion with the plant world, and that has changed everything for me. I want to give you this sense of connection. Connection with the plant world may seem a small thing, but once you step into it, you'll realize it is profound and playful, granular and encompassing. Whether this is the first step on your journey into the green world or a reminder of magic you've come to know deeply, I hope this book, this herbiary, ignites your imagination, your passion, and your love for living in deep connection with the earth. And so that was her preface, and then of course you have the introduction. If you get the book, you can go ahead and read that. She talks about her journey, the teacher that she worked with at the time, being an apprentice, and then learning what she calls the songs or the medicine of the herbs. Very, very interesting. Listening for the second song. So, we start out with the herbiary. And I'm going to flip the pages. Full drawn color of each herb. And she gives you the botanical name for them right there. The print is lovely for these old eyes. And she talks about the meaning. Let's see. We have here a ritual for chickweed, and then a reflection, meaning something to look at. That would be the advice that's given to you from the cards. Let's see here. So again, Daisy, be yourself. And we have a ritual here. She says, Daisy comes from a huge family. Her sisters, Chamomile, Echinacea, Boneset, Elecum, Feverview, and Milk Thistle, to name just a few, are among our greatest healers. Luckily, Daisy learned early on that the best way to distinguish herself was to simply be herself. So, despite her tomboy appearance with white petals, often tatty or rumpled, her status as the most common of medicines, she'll heal a bruise and quiet inflammation, but nothing like her cousin, Arnica Montana. She's a favorite guest. She persistently finds her way into our homes and gardens to remind us over and over again that loving ourselves as we are is the very best medicine. And so, of course, there's a ritual, and then your reflection. So, the reflection is, I would say, part of the cards. And as I said, they come like this. They come perforated. So you have to tear them apart to create your deck. I'm going to take a few minutes and do that right now because they seem to be fairly easy to pull apart without concern of worrying whether they are going to tear or not. Let's see. I do have those little knobs that tend to be, you see those there? Maybe I'll take a nail file and file those down. Okay, one more to go. So this is a deck of 36 cards. That's what it says on the back. So that would be what, 9 cards, 9 packages, 9 pages, 4 cards each. It's an inexpensive deck. Hardcover book, beautiful color, $20. There aren't too many Oracle decks that you can get for $20 in full color like this nowadays, are there? Cardstock is fairly decent. If you like Llewellyn cardstock, it might be just a little bit thicker than that. See what the deck, how it's coming along. It's just those little knobs there. As I said, I might go ahead and file that down, and I might even edge this deck too. One more page, and we have an Oracle deck. Look at that. I love it. Now, my concern would be storage. Do I slip the back down in there? Probably not. I'll have to come up with something. So she says back here how to use the cards. Oh wow. I do love, before we get there though, I mean, I have to continue to show you some of the pictures. A ritual here. Look at that for lavender. Lavender. People think lavender is soft, useful for shaping quiet space and calming rowdy children. But beneath her powdery scent is a hint of menthol. Smell it? That bite at the back of your palate? While lavender appears to be the down-to-earth and gracious grandmother who'll soothe your soul and sing you to sleep, you're living a rare and blessed life if that's all you ever need from her. If circumstances should change, call on lavender. She handles emergencies with military precision, keeping a cool head and a stout heart. She'd make a fine spy, field nurse or leader of the resistance, cloaking her steely strength under a sloppy gray bun and the familiar scent of summer. When lavender appears, it's time to ground yourself and dig into the task at hand. And there's a ritual here for foot bathing, taking care of yourself. And the reflection, do you cool or inflame? So the book goes on. We have oats, St. John's wort, white willow, let me see what else, quaking aspen, reishi, Write and burn is the ritual. Step into your superpower. Passion flower. Look at that gorgeousness. The colors are vibrant. Nettle. Tulsi. Vervain. Let magic in. Vervain. Oh, Vervain. Rosemary. Remembrance. Look at that picture. Rosemary. Remembrance, right? Tie finger on your knot. Wonder what that is. And then it says here to work with the Herbiary cards. Of course, when you first open your cards in the envelope in the back of this book, spend a few minutes getting acquainted. Allow your eyes and mind to wander as you look at the pictures. If you're familiar with smudging, see page 38. Smudge with sage, palo santo, cedar, or sweetgrass as you set an intention for how you want to use your cards. You are beginning a relationship with your cards. Open your heart and introduce yourself. As you read through the Herbiary, you'll notice that each plant holds a spectrum of energy. For instance, apple speaks to us of knowledge. Knowledge in itself is neither good or bad. Considering how knowledge is used begins to weave in moral implications. So apple is both knowledge used for helping and knowledge used for harming. Always keep in mind the full range of each plant's medicine. So you have a one card drawer. Simplest way to use your deck: focus your mind on a particular topic or conundrum in your life and hold the sword as you shuffle the deck. Choose your card when you feel ready. Gaze at the pictures. And she says, drawing a card opens the door to the collective unconscious, the world of meanings and symbols where you can gain a new way of approaching or thinking about aspects of your personality or circumstances of your life. I find it far more useful to think of the cards as illuminating, which acknowledges your free will and gives you room to pivot on your path, than prophesizing, which denies your ability to create many possible futures. Remember that these cards are merely a tool to help you tap in. Your own insights are as valuable as mine, so let your intuition sing. She has a spread here called The Crossing. The first card crosses you. Choose one card that represents you, and then another card, of course, to see what's crossing you. And that could be the heart, what I call the center of the Celtic cross. It gives you insight into what places where you might be stuck, or perhaps to a situation that you're not seeing clearly. It might also indicate where your thinking might be false or where the story you're telling yourself needs to shift. And then we have four cards, a 4-card spread, and it's called a cycle. And you would lay out the cards in a circle like a compass or medicine wheel, with one card for each of the cardinal directions. And so we have north, which is the root. It gives you insight into the beginnings of the situation you're holding in your mind. And then we would have east for the shoot. And this card helps you understand what has grown from those beginnings. And then we have south for flower. And this is the card of the first bloom, the ephemeral beauty of the situation. Remember, flowers are lovely but passing. So this card could also indicate illusions you have about the situation. And in the west, we have fruit, which is your outcome. What will nourish you as you move forward and provide the seeds for the new beginning? Wow. Each reading reflects what you need to know in the present moment. Change is consistent. There is no one reading that lasts forever. Instead, use your cards to have an ongoing dialogue and deepening of your relationship with yourself and the world around you. And then in the back, we have, I guess you could say, platelets. of what the cards all look like here. And if you wanted to, well, you wouldn't have the back of it. You would lose a page. No, actually you couldn't. I was going to say that you would be able to create a mini deck, but you can't do that. And then on her last page, she has a whole bunch of thank yous. So, let's see. Trillium is spirit into matter. Take a look at some of the cards. So, the back of the cards has this beautiful, it's not embossed, it's flat. It's not quite shiny metallic, it's more matte metallic, but not so dull. Has a nice sheen. I do love the blue, and I would say this is more copper. It matches the inner pages to the book. That's what I love right there. This makes the book look like an old-fashioned tome of knowledge. So the deck measures maybe about 1/2 inch in depth, and the cards look like perhaps, are these poker-sized cards? I don't have a card deck on me, but let's take a look. As I said, so I have here Trillium. I'll hold it like that. Lady's Mantle. Marshmallow with a spoonful of sugar. So you have the name of the herb at the bottom and key phrase. Not even an attribute. What does she call it? A reflection. So for burdock, this would be tap into your resources. I'm looking at a pot, hearth fire, nettle, pay attention. I love the eye. Hawthorn, your heart's desire. Oh no, not heart's desire. Heart's home. Heart's home. All that energy coming from the 4 directions, reaching to wherever, heart, home. I'm going to have to take a look and see what she says about this one. Because here at the store, we package a lot of herbs. I work with a lot of herbs, pretty much on a daily basis. And I have a lot of herb books. Light in the Darkness, St. John's wort. St. John's wort is known for its restorative properties, soothing, calming, lifting depression, stabilizing properties. Now, this is not pharmaceutical, so let's not take it there. You want to make sure that you always are in a place that A, you're not allergic to these herbs, and B, it's okay for you to ingest them. I say mullein. Many people say mullein, but I say mullein. Integration. Spider web. Connecting all those flowers together to create something. This is very interesting. All these energies, you have the butterfly, the acorn, the moon, travel, the ship. So that's probably something coming from a distance. You have, is that a brain? I think that's a brain. And a heart. Brain down there. and a heart there. Everything being pulled together to create something strong yet delicate. I guess I'm going back to this. Has my curiosity peak. Are we one of these items? Are we the spider? Or are we the web that has been created? Comfrey. What needs mending? Comfrey. I'm looking at the cocoon. Time to withdraw, take care of oneself. Healing. What needs mending? White sage. Clear the way. All the elements. Are those ravens on there? Are those ancestor bones? Yarrow. Yarrow, pockets of protection. That's interesting. Gauntlets. Those look like armored gauntlets. The plant is in a crystal ball. I know yarrow is good for women's womb health, but I also know that yarrow sticks are used when you're dividing the I Ching. Okay. Plantain. Plantain. I know plantain. This is a different sort of plantain. This is plantain, and it's called Reworld. And you see the map there. I believe this is one of the herbs that I would say old world settlers were able to use for healing and medicinal purposes. Time. Distill yourself. That looks like a labyrinth with a mandala, medicine wheel. Thyme is one of those herbs that helps with clarity. It's a tea that I used to make for my son when he was studying a lot in school, because it helps with perception and clarity and gives you that energy as well. Lemon balm and thyme tea, very, very good for focusing. Vervain, let the magic in. This is that crossroads. I'm just pulling a few. Dandelion. Now why does that sun look cross-eyed? Just happy to see that dandelion. Perseverance, most definitely. Oats, just be. Oats, oatmeal, very relaxing, one of your comfort foods. It's just soothing. Oh, what are these? Oh, good grief. I saw something in the water. If you look there, don't they look like, from my perspective from here, from back here, look like white baby seals? I'm just saying, that's just me. White willow, the ways of water. Willow bark, isn't that where the aspirin comes from? And cyclicity, elderberry. Okay, self-heal for apple. No. Self-heal. I wonder if that's heal all for ripple outward. Mugwort, between dreams. Right, that's a dream-inducing herb. Tulsi, which is an herb that's used in, very famous in India, tea, incense. California poppy, resurrection. rose crack open. See the moon cycle there? And of course, lavender with that tiger. Rosemary for the remembrance. So, before I sign off, let's go ahead and pull a card because I've been at this for 30 minutes and I know that you guys don't like to watch long videos. So, let's see. What message do you have for my viewers today? What card, what energy should we tap into today? What should we be aware of? What can we bring into our lives? What herb should we work on connecting with today as we make this transition from the Leo season into Virgo? What energy, what herb, what song should we be aware of? Let's see, give it one of these. Oof, it's a small deck, so. And we have plantain for rewild. Let's take a look at what she says in the book. All right. I do love the fact that, well, no, I was going to say that. You, sir, how is this book arranged? I didn't even look at that. Because they're not in alphabetical order. I just see that now. Table of contents. Rewild, page 68. I'm going to have to take a look at the meanings, if there is a meaning, to these and how they are sorted, how she has sorted them in the book. I think it would have been better if she had put the herbs in alphabetical order in the book, but I did not read it to see what was set up just yet or how it was set up, so I am going to have to make sure that I do that first before I sit down with it. Let's see here. She doesn't have anything here about how the book is laid out. If someone else gets this book, I cannot wait to see what you find out. Please share with me. All right, so plantain. If you let her, plantain will share stories of wagon trains and ocean crossings and Alexander's shenanigans in Egypt. Given a chance, she'll make a traveler of you too, drawing you gently out of your comfort zone, moving you from safe to the edge of the wild, pushing the boundaries of civilized behavior, and laughing at your scruples. It will start with a small thing. Plantain might offer a leaf to ease a sting or the itch of poison ivy. Just chew it and spit it on the bite, she'll encourage. Great Aunt Hilda would have a heart attack, you think, while your inner wild child smiles gleefully at this baby step away from civilized. Remembering the basics, and this is the ritual that you would do. Remember when you were a kid and you lie on the ground, feeling the grass tickle your back and the sun warm your face? Remember when rolling log-like down a hill was the perfect afternoon activity? Plantain doesn't ask you to step away from your true self into some unknown version of you. She asks instead that you dust off the unruly and slightly wild but deeply connected side of yourself that gets pushed into the ground when you're busy being an adult. She reminds you of your childhood wonder and joy in the basics. Lie on the ground and let the earth support you. Feel the sun on your face and sense the clouds chasing shadows across your closed eyelids. Remember, the joy is in the simplicity. This is a place to which you can always return. And so when you pull this card, Plantain's special magic is pulling out what's stuck. She'll draw out feelings in much the same way that she removes splinters and insect stingers. If you were to sit down with Plantain and let her cradle your soul, what would happen? What shards would she pluck from your heart? What poison would she draw from your spirit? What pain or discomfort would she dig out from your body? Are you willing to let Plantain draw this suffering from you? If not, why? And then Thich Nhat Hanh. People have a hard time letting go of their suffering. Out of fear of the unknown, they prefer suffering that is familiar. And I'm going to hold this up so you can take a look at that and look at the ritual. Again, the ritual. And the beautiful color picture of Plantain. You see the hot air balloon traveling and the map all going on an adventure. Well, I think I'm going to enjoy working with this oracle deck. Thank you all for coming by. Let me know what you think so far. Let me know if you've gotten this deck, if you work with it, and we'll talk later. Chat with you later. Bye-bye.